Goldstein.
So that was a really awful series we had to watch this past weekend. Let's just cut right to it. No sugarcoating. It was a terrible all-around series. You couldn't hit well. The defense was awful. The pitching actually wasn't terrible in certain situations, but not good enough, obviously. So, like, I guess I'll just ask you easily, like, what are your biggest concerns from watching what we saw this past weekend?
Yeah, I mean, biggest concerns are this team being able to handle injuries, and Judge is going to be out for an extended period of time, and we're going to have to deal with that and
Yeah.
get comfortable with it. Guys like Trent Grisham coming back this week are going to help a lot because he was really, really heating up when, unfortunately, he got injured. I don't think guys like Fried or Giancarlo Stanton are anywhere close to returning. But yeah, this it obviously it sucks being in the midst of a 4-game sweep, especially to your arch rivals that are in last place in the division. But this doesn't really worry me at all. Obviously, it really fucking sucks. The team played horrible in all accounts. The pitching was horrible. The defense was horrible. The bats it seemingly got no hit through 5 innings in every single game that they played. But the performance through June doesn't really worry me because the team who's had the worst offense in June so far isn't the Yankees, and it's nowhere close to being the Yankees, and it's the Atlanta Braves. And if you're willing to tell me that the Atlanta Braves aren't contenders, that's a problem because the Atlanta Braves are probably the second best team in the league, I would say, behind the Dodgers. Maybe the Yankees are better than them, but I think the Yankees are a top 3 team. They're no doubt in my mind they're the best team in the American League.
Yeah, I
The
still
Rays
think
don't scare
so.
me for shit.
Well, the Rays also got a weak opponent, and I think it kind of feeds into what we were saying when we were going through the Mets contention path, which obviously has been obliterated, and we were definitely right, they're not coming back, but that's beside the point. So, the Braves took advantage of a D-backs team, which I don't believe in, obviously, which I said the other day. D-backs are not a good baseball team. Very fraudulent team. The Rays did what they had to do, but there is one issue brewing down the tail, but that's Junior Caminero. It looks like the best hitter on the planet right now. It doesn't look like anyone can get him out, and he's a stud. We know he's a stud. And the thing is, Tampa has belief now because the Yankees let them back in it. They are hanging around longer than we thought they would. I kind of thought the Yankees would put them in the rear view after they caught them, but now they let them back in. Not to say I think they're better than the Yankees, but the Rays could get hot, and then it might be a race longer than we thought.
I think that they can make the playoffs, definitely. I
I
mean,
think, yeah.
with how weird our division has been this year, I would have really expected the Blue Jays right now to be in it, and also the Red Sox. I thought that this was going to be the best division in the league by far coming into the season, with how Boston was going to look, with how the Blue Jays were going to look. But unfortunately, injuries got in the way of their success this season. With guys like Roman Anthony going down, Cody Ponce, Alejandro Kirk, a lot of pitching injuries for the Boston Red Sox, which hasn't really affected them because they've had one of the best staffs in the league so far.
Yeah,
But
no.
yeah, it's been a weird American League East race so far. I still think the Yankees are far and away the best team in this division and in the American League.
Yeah, I think so too. But my issue is not that. It's that the National League, I think, is head and shoulders above them right now. And the Dodgers are showing who they are. That's the best team in baseball again. The Braves will get back in it, I agree. I don't think the Braves are a bad baseball team based off a bad stretch. I think they're still a good team. But now the Phillies are coming to go get that division as well. Philadelphia's playing great baseball since Donnie took over, and they're humming right now. So could it be a situation where they get caught? I mean, I still think the Braves are a playoff team even if they do get caught. But yeah, no, you made some good points. I still think the Yankees are best in the AL, but like nothing. There's not much they can do now to make people feel better. That's the other dose of reality I have to give right now. Like, there's really not much they can do at this moment in time because no trades are really taking place right now.
Yeah, no trades aren't gonna happen entering June. It's gonna be in the later half of July. And nobody except for Trent Grisham is really close to coming back.
Oh, I think we might have lost him, but if that's the case, we will figure it out, obviously. But
Hello?
yeah, no, you're back. It was just a second,
Oh,
bro. You're good to go.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, nobody really is even close to coming back, guys. Like Trent Grisham are gonna be back this week, but that's really it.
Yes.
We're gonna miss a legitimate Cy Young contending pitcher for an extended period of time, and we're gonna miss the three-time MVP, back-to-back MVP, Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
He has no timetable right now, and
Yeah.
the quotes that Aaron Boone has been putting out haven't been really comforting.
Yeah. I don't know. We never spoke about that. I guess since the last time we were on, this was Let me see. We have a chat message. Didn't watch the series. Please catch me up, Julian. Okay, Sandy. So what happened was the Yankees got embarrassed every single game. Basically, it was like a different way each game almost. Like the first game was defense failing them. Cam pitched pretty well. The second game was just no offense at all. Peyton totally shoved, and the Yankees had no answers for him. The third game was what was the third? Yesterday was the one that
it was Jake Bennett.
Right, but Jake Bennett
threw like four.
Yeah, a guy who's like okay, like a soft tossing lefty doesn't really blow you away. Gets 3 strikeouts, and that was the 4-1 game. That's right, that was the 4-1 where they couldn't score anything, and Garrett Cole got rocked at Fenway Park again. Yep, Schumann was the only offense. So. And then yesterday, oh my God, that one takes the cake. That was like one of the worst games I've ever seen. Just like if you go through everything that took place, like you're getting no hit through 22 outs. Okay, Sonny Gray's 5 outs away from throwing a no hitter, hanging down your head after all the stuff he talks in the off season. He was really close to really shoving, and he did have a great job regardless, obviously. But then they get a hit, they tie it up, they get the runs off Chapman. Abreu made a terrible throw. Then the Yankees actually play good extra inning baseball for once on the road. They actually get the 2 runs. And you think, maybe they'll win this game. But then Fernando Cruz decides not to get anyone out. And then Ben Rice doesn't move the right direction at first base. And, he has to figure out how to play that position better. But it was just an absolute disaster. Like, that's the best way to describe it. And they also lost first place in the process, but they're only like 1 game out. So not the end of the world, but not great. And the Red Sox are like one of the worst teams in baseball this year.
Yeah, and Ben Rice has taken some kind of regression this month. I mean, he's on some kind of slump.
Offense and defense, everything looks bad right now.
He's on one horrible slump right now. And obviously you said the defense. I'll read the stats out for you.
They're not good.
It's a negative 9 DRS. It's a negative 5 outs above average, and that's a negative 4 fielding runs value.
That sounds terrible, all of it.
Yeah, and obviously he's been a superstar hitter this year, but with the way he came into that series having an 1,000 OPS and left it having a 933 OPS.
That's such a big drop for 4 games. He basically didn't get any hits, obviously.
I
know. So, I mean, I would say that I think the problem with Rice is that he's not like the lead guy. Like, he needs that Judge to make him look better. Like, he's not going to carry the team by himself. But when Aaron Judge is in the lineup and he's like your second or third option, then it works well. They're asking him to do too much right now. They're pitching around him a little bit, and then they're attacking when they have to. Like, he's not executing properly right now. And then Cody Bellinger can't play on the road. His road splits are still horrendously bad, and we saw it in Boston. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, Judge protection is extremely and very real. I mean, we saw a guy like Juan Soto have the best year of his career in New York, and a guy like Juan Soto doesn't need protection.
Yup, there it is, Sandy. Absolutely.
Juan Soto doesn't need protection, but if you look at
No,
his career, minus the COVID season, because I'm not counting that ever,
that's fair.
he
Yeah, I
had
don't
his
like that
best
shit
he
either.
had his best year by WRC plus by 15 points, or not even. It was like 20 or 30 points. He had a
Yeah,
181 WRC plus, and his best season was a 156 last year.
yeah, that's good, but we have to get he's is on an island kind of right now. Judge is the missing piece, like Sandy said. And Steve, I want to get to this. Boone mocked us last night after the game. That press conference was really annoying. I normally don't even give a shit when he says anymore, but that one really was just like super irritating to me because I've heard the same thing for the last 8 years every June when it takes place. Like, come on, can we get some new material at this point? It's just like old rinse, repeat cycle. Like, come on. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't get why and leave before the media can talk to him. I think he could
Yeah,
be
that's
running
not
himself
great.
into getting traded. I think if the way he
Yeah,
keeps acting, he could definitely run himself into getting traded because he hasn't been shit this year.
Boom with the bubbles. Yup, the same thing every freaking year. And when you need him to execute and shit gets real, that's where shit hits the fan and he makes up these bullshit quotes that no one wants to hear. Rather be playing with acid than real life fog than watching the Yankees sober. You enjoy that, Steve. Oh my god, this is like, yeah, I
I
mean,
think
it's
I think Jazz could be running himself into getting traded with how he's been acting this
yeah, let's
season.
talk about that for a little bit. You might be into something there. Like, I haven't heard anything. Like, I don't know anything for sure, obviously. Like, I'm not saying it's an imminent deal, but, like, I don't know, because, like, he could be falling out of favor. You look at the production that's not been good.
I mean,
Um,
I've seen. I don't know your thoughts about this, just because of how he's been on the defensive side of the ball this year.
Go
But
ahead.
I've seen a lot of Luis Arraez around Twitter.
I'm so like, I mean, I don't know. It's such a hot topic for me. Like, it's really controversial, but honestly, I might be going more towards yes than no. Believe it or not, I
Yeah,
don't know
and
why, but like, I'm starting to feel like maybe it's time to just embrace it because like we haven't tried it yet. It's been talked about for years. Like, I know it seems like an old school, new school battle, but like. I know Steve would be very happy with that. Steve, you want to Luis Arraez on the Yankees? I'm sure you do, right? Being
the
an old
the
school
thing
guy, you definitely gotta like Arraez.
the thing is
He
for
is playing
me,
better though too. He actually is playing better this
he
year. To your
he
point, like
he
it's
is
not
playing
just like
very good this year.
he is. Yeah, gotta give him credit.
Thing is for me, he has a ton of room to work at Oracle Park with how big that outfield is. He
Yes,
won't have that in New
he can
York.
spray the ball everywhere. To your point, which helps a
He
guy like him.
he won't have that in New York where
Good
Yankee
point.
Stadium outfield is extremely small. However, a counterpoint to my argument
Let's hear.
is if he were to play at Yankee Stadium this year, he would have 10 home runs.
Yes, he could get a few cheap porch jobs. Like he does have sneaky power. Almost like I don't want. I'm not. This is gonna be out of pocket, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm not gonna say like Ichiro, but like sort of like that. How he has that sneaky pop where you don't expect. Like he can hit a few
Hmm.
homers here and there. So I mean, I don't know. It's really crazy. But
Yeah, I mean, other guys I've seen is Cody Clemens from the Twins. I think
yeah,
that's a good
that's a
option as
name.
well.
You
He's
know,
he's a he's a good fit to trade with the Twins because you could get
yes.
a Ryan Jeffers in that deal as well. I think his development has been extremely real, and I think what he's doing right now is very sustainable. Because
Yeah,
we've seen his development over his baseball savant the last couple of years.
no,
It's
Cody
been trending
Clemens
in
can
this
play a little
direction.
bit. I've been following him the past 2 years. I know he was a tweeter, he was with the Phillies. I didn't really think he was going to make it, but he's actually making a
Mhm.
decent career for himself. The only thing is, do I want a righty bat? But if you're going to lose Jazz, you might want a lefty to replace him a little bit. Is he too
Yeah,
immature for the Yankees brand? That might be a good point, Steve. I'm not going to argue with that. Him getting tossed last night was inexcusable in that spot with not getting any hits, with not having Judge and stuff. Like I did a recap video montage that's out now, and I did go through that. But like, Luis Arraez isn't that old, Steve. How old is he, Jared? I'm about to check. He ain't that old yet. He's 29.
Um, yeah, didn't he? He literally just exited his rookie contract last year, and he
He's
signed a
kind of looks like an
29-year.
older dude, to Steve's point. Like he kind of has
Yeah,
like an older face, but like he's only 29.
but
I mean,
he's the guy that'll age well. I would assume, just because he works so well on contact quality, and that's just a very good skill to have. So
yeah, no, Rise is actually a guy that you could use in October because let's talk about old school October baseball for a minute and get away from the new school because that hasn't worked for the Yankees in October. Like, do you want a guy like Luis Arraez that could extend in the back, could extend an inning, just move the bases, move the people over, maybe instead of Jazz, who's either going to hit a bomb or strike out? Or like just blow up at an umpire or something. Like maybe Luis Arraez actually makes more sense, at least from an offensive profile. Defense it gets a little bit complicated, but I think he's maybe been a touch better this year. I don't fully know, but I know it's not a good defensive fit, but I think it would be a good lineup fit.
hmm and
Would you
I
play him
would
at
agree with
second or
that.
first? Would you play him at second? I guess you kind of would have to, probably, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I've been seeing, this is a world where we're trading Jazz Chisholm, I would
Yeah,
assume.
because you can't have a Rise and Chisholm most likely. I think that's
Yeah,
counterproductive. I don't think you could really have them play together most likely.
but speaking of October, I've been wanting to make this comparison for a long time,
Go
and
for
I'm
it.
gonna do it right now. So I think the Yankees should 100% attempt and make their best effort to trade for Tarik Skubal,
All right.
because if we're looking back, this is gonna be, I don't know if you would remember this,
Go ahead.
um, the 2001 World Series. The Diamondbacks beat the Yankees in
Yeah,
what was it, 7 games?
yeah, it was seven
It
games.
was 7 games.
Yeah,
So the Diamondbacks had a two-headed monster of Randy Johnson and
and
Kurt
Kurt
Schilling.
Schelling, of course,
Um, the two combined made 6 appearances together in that
in the
series
World
alone.
Series, which is nuts.
Having a guy like Cam Schlittler and Tarik Skubal, who are two proven dominant starters,
It goes a long
to
way.
go into a 7 game series goes a very long way, because you are able to use them a lot. And they are two dominant guys that you can get guaranteed outs with, basically.
Yeah, no, look, I'm not going to disagree with you. I actually think, if, like I said, my stance changed too because I thought it was very unrealistic in the beginning, but like now I just look at the big picture of the path and like we could talk about all this house cleaning stuff like bullpen, like infields and whatever else, but the most impactful player on the market is Tarik Skubal. Even if you don't necessarily need Tarik Skubal, he's still the biggest needle mover out of any guy that could potentially
Mhm.
get traded. And with the way the Tigers are playing now, I think it's all but inevitable. And the Yankees, ironically enough, they could actually kind of seal the Tigers' fate here. If the Yankees can sweep the Tigers, they're just about done. And if they can even win 2 out of 3, they're very close to being done. They're 6.5 out right now in a horrible American League. They're even worse than Boston now. So they're going the wrong way. There's zero consistency there. It's been a mess all year. AJ's not pushing the right buttons anymore. His pinch hits aren't working. His bullpen moves aren't working. Like it's all looks bad in Detroit right now. And they're the most disappointing team in baseball to me in the American League. Because you
I
could
agree.
see a path where the Mets would have got things messed up. I didn't see this path for the Tigers to be this incompetent during the
Either.
season. Like, I know
Even with the Tarik Skubal injury,
yeah,
they should have been a contender this
they were
year.
like 6-22 without it, but that just can't happen. Like it's not good enough. And I know Gleyber Torres missing time hasn't helped either, and he's been good when he's played. But I think obviously the injuries don't help, but still they have way too much talent to be this bad, and
I mean,
something's not clicking right there.
even coming into the season, we were saying that they were going to be a really good team. Um, and then you add a guy that provides both offensive and defensive elite value in Kevin McGonigal and how he's been playing this
And he's
season.
done everything he's needed to
And he's
do, and
done
it hasn't
every
helped,
single thing he
unfortunately.
needed to do.
That's the worst part about it, because we were both high on Kevin McConaughey, and I did speak to him a few times, but he still is a very good player. I'm not going to say he's not good, that's not where I'm going here, but like, I really thought his impact would have been better served. Not to say he's not doing his job, because he is, and born in his job, actually, but like, it's not working together with the other stuff going on there, I guess, is the best way to put it. I don't know. It's been an odd
Hmm.
year, but the Yankees could kind of put them out of their misery this week and then make the Skubal talk even more realistic if they play a good series.
Yeah, and for Ember Valdez struggling a little bit hasn't helped them a lot at
That's
all
an
because
issue as well,
they were
yes.
their 1A guy that they got in over the offseason, and he he performed very poorly while Tarik Skubal was injured. And yeah, he having a 4+ ERA for being paid how much he's being paid and the situation he was coming into. It's just not what you want at all. I still think the offense is really good. I mean, Dylan Dingler, Riley Green, Kevin McGonigal, Spencer Torkelson, who's mostly reliant on the
Home
home
run,
run
sort
ball.
of, yeah.
Kerry Carpenter, I think, should be performing better. He
Yup.
shouldn't be an 800 OPS guy. He should be better. Colt Keith still hasn't really hit that development tree that we would have expected from him because he actually got an extension before. Uh, and guys like Labor Torres are very good, 790 OPS, in the
Yeah.
games that he's played.
Yep,
But
exactly. But it's not working well. Something's off in Detroit. But they're gonna have to sell Sue most likely. So let's talk about them selling. Besides Skubal, what else do you think is an attractive piece that the Tigers could offer up? Like a Finnegan, although he's walking the ballpark, so I don't know how attractive he is right now. Kenley
Finnegan,
Jensen maybe, but he's
I think
not
they
really
could give
playing
up.
that well.
I think that they could give up a Spencer Torkelson. I think that would be a good idea. He's a high value guy who hasn't been really performing that well this year. They could definitely get some pieces out of him.
Yeah, they might have to shake up the core. Someone was talking about that in Tiger circles about Carpenter, Riley, and Torque like having to disrupt that because it hasn't been working how they wanted it to. For me, I probably agree with you. I would probably trade Torkelson, which is kind of sucks because they don't really have that many good righty hitters, so it's kind of tough to say that. But like, Torkelson's not really working out in Detroit. You know, he was a first round pick, like first overall. He hasn't lived up to the billing at all. Like, there's been moments you thought he was getting close to being that guy, but it never fully comes together.
Hmm.
He did hit a bomb last night, as we say that, but still, just he doesn't really do enough to really make you think he's a great player overall, other than hit home runs, unfortunately.
Yeah, his career has also been very inconsistent as well. He was very bad in 22, then pretty good in 23 with 31 home runs and a 750 OPS. And then he was very bad again in 24, but
And
very
then
good
last year he
last
was
year.
like pretty good, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's like it's a
and
roller coaster with the guy.
yeah, and right now he hasn't had a
Hasn't
spectacular
been
year
good, no.
with a 213 average and a OPS nearing 730.
Yeah, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. It won't take long.
He's also striking out a bunch. He's striking out the eighth most times in the league, which at 104, which is not something you want. But with guys like Dylan Dingler being as valuable, as they've been on both the offensive and defensive side, I just think there's no way they could trade him. He's a way too valuable piece.
Yeah, Dangler,
You
no. I
have to
don't
get a
think so.
haul.
I don't
You
think
would
so.
have to get an absolute
I don't think
haul
so.
for Dylan Dingler.
Do you think there's any shot the Rockies that they're trading Hunter Goodman? He has a lot of control left.
I think the Yankees should trade Austin Wells for him.
Why would the Rockies want him though?
Just move off of Wells, have Hunter Goodman become the primary catcher, both sides. Let's see the splits actually on Goodman right now.
Yo, Goldschmidt's a dog, Steve. Don't be hurting that unk. He's been doing his job. He can hit one, he can hit two, he can hit three, he can hit four, until Aaron Judge returns. But
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just messing around, but he has been playing good ball, and he still put the bat in the ball last night, even though it was a stupid chopper. You know what Goldschmidt didn't do? He didn't strike out, and he gave the Yankees a chance to tie the game, even though it wasn't like the best hit. Like that's the thing that's
Hmm.
good about Goldschmidt.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
dude,
still think Jeffers is probably the.
Coors is a wicked park if we're talking park factor.
Didn't they? Hasn't Hunter Goodman been hitting better on the road though, which is interesting? Doesn't he have
Oh
more of
yeah,
his
he's been
pops on the
hitting much
road?
better on the road right now. Let's see those.
I
Let's
don't
see
think the
this.
Yankees could really make that deal, but if they did, it would be nuts. He's a
So
stud offensively.
he's been pretty neutral, actually. Like you could definitely see a regression from a 121 WRC plus versus lefties to a 111 versus righties, but I mean
It's
the
not that bad.
OPS, it's a 826 OPS versus righties and an 881 versus lefties. I think obviously I think they're gonna get Ryan Jeffers.
I still
I
think
think
Jeffers is the person,
I
most
think
likely.
that's the
Yes.
most realistic option, but
Um,
I I wouldn't mind cheapening up and paying more for a guy like Hunter Goodman
I'm
because it
still
was
intrigued by Royce Lewis on a separate note. If you're talking about
same,
Jeffers, I am intrigued
same.
by Royce Lewis. If
He's
the Twins would actually move him, he's starting to play better.
he's been very good since being recalled since when he was demoted. I was actually gonna make a Twitter post about it. I could get those stats up right
Yeah,
now.
go ahead. If you do it, I'll share it. Because I'm interested in Royce Lewis. I haven't in a while. He's a guy who gets hurt a lot, unfortunately. But
I could get
um,
those stats up right now.
yeah, well, I can see a Twins trade for sure. Because Jeffers makes a lot of sense. Can you attach a second piece in the Twins trade? Here's a good question for you: are there any bullpen arms worth prying out of Minnesota?
I
Because they're
mean,
both.
like,
Go ahead.
um, yeah, who's been good in their bullpen?
I don't know. It's not a great bullpen. That's why I asked. I don't even know if there is, honestly. There has
Um,
to be
I,
someone, right?
I know Andrew Morris is a very good guy in that bullpen, but I think a lot of their good pieces have been hurt. How's Andrew Morris been? He's like a top prospect of theirs.
Yeah, I've heard of him before.
403.
Okay, I mean
Yeah,
it's
they don't
decent.
have any. They don't
Yeah,
really have
not
any.
even
Nothing to
though.
write home about.
Yeah, maybe a Matt Blake project somewhere, but I think we've had enough of those. We need more short things at this point. The projects
We
have
need
not been.
legitimate
The
guys.
projects have been getting F grades lately. They have not been
Yeah,
getting high grades. Although I have to say, let me say something out of pocket here, maybe. Paul Blackburn's been really damn good, actually. I gotta
he
give
has
Blackburn
been
some
really
credit.
good.
Blackburn's kind of been cooking low key, and he did it again last night.
Yeah. Okay, so since in 20 games since getting recalled back from AAA, Royce
This is what we
Lewis
want. Here we go.
is batting 278 with a
Okay.
326 OBP, 494 slug, and 819 OPS, 124 WRC plus.
That's the guy we know and love. That's the guy
Yeah,
you traded for.
he,
That's the
he's
guy.
he's hitting a bit over his ex Wilbur right now, about like 20. What is that? 20 like give it 19 points, 20 not 29 points or something above his ex Wobo, but
Yeah, I think he'd be a great flyer guy to take, as I've said it previously,
yeah.
even when he wasn't playing as well. His pop is good when he gets hot with the home run ball too, so he can hit a few out here and there. How is he defensively at third base?
Let me check that. I mean,
Yeah,
I a couple years ago I thought this guy was the truth.
me too. He was hitting the homer every other day and he got injured, I remember.
Yeah. Um, at third base, this defense is pretty bad.
Are we talking like
Uh,
Rosario bad?
no, not really. I mean, he's never really had the innings to be Rosario bad, but it's a negative. Okay, it's not bad. Yeah, they're very like wonky. In 2023, he had a 2 DRS, 2 OAA, 2 FRV, and
Like,
then it
okay,
went to a -2
okay.
DRS, 2 OAA, 1 FR. Yeah, and then this year he has a -2 OAA and -2 FRV.
So he's very marginal. That's the best way to put
Yeah,
it. He's not amazing, but he's not like god awful. So it's passable, I guess. if in the pinch with the. So speaking of that, isn't McMahon supposed to come back soon as well?
Yeah, McMahon and Trent Grisham are probably going to come back at the same time. And no, honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but ever since he's been gone, he's been pretty much missed. We've kind of seen how impactful his defense is at third base after that Boston series.
Yeah,
He
I mean, yeah.
he gets to a ton of balls that Ahmed Rosario can't. He 100% would have made that play, I think, that Rosario missed for Cam Schlittler. But
Okay, I have some news actually. I do have updated news on this front, so we will share it now. It's from Brenton Cuddy at 5:30. I just took the screenshot of it. That's about Grisham and McMahon. So now here we go. Wait, hold on. Sorry. All right, now I have it. It's coming. All right, here we go. This way. Okay, so here we go. Grisham could play rehab tomorrow. He could return to the Yankees Wednesday or Friday. Thursday's an off day. McMahon's expected back Friday. Boone said it's possible to get to a rehab game before then. I thought they would be quicker. I'm a little surprised. I thought McMahon was coming faster. And then Grisham, I thought was going to be Wednesday, but now they're saying it could be Friday. So I think I guess worst comes to worst, they'll both be back in the lineup Friday.
yeah, and getting Trent Grisham back is, I think, extremely underrated. I mean, you're getting a guy back that hits extremely well with runners in scoring position. A guy who hits really well in the high leverage. He's a guy that's performed extremely well from the leadoff spot the last 2 years. Walks a shit ton. I personally, I love Trent Grisham. My views on him really changed since the offseason. Obviously, I didn't want him back.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I was on the fence as well, and I'll get to my points too. And I think there is a couple valid things about this. So Grisham's not a perfect player, but he's a good player. I think you could question if he's worth the salary, maybe depending how he finishes this year. But at the same time, he's shown that he's semi-legit from last year. Is he going to put up the same numbers? No, because he got hurt and he wasn't on pace to do it anyway, most likely. I think the biggest issue that we had, and I think we're going to have a tough conversation here before you get going probably, is that it was blocking the road path for Spencer Jones and Jason Dominguez. But I think that we've learned that maybe the road path wasn't ready for Spencer Jones to be had right now. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I'm very concerned because using him in platoon strictly situations, basically, they're literally taking him out and making their defense worse because they don't want him to hit against lefties. So that his value is going into the tank because they're making him a platoon player in the MLB. So I don't know what's going to happen with him, but I'm assuming he's going to be the corresponding when Grisham returns.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think either him or Jason Dominguez or both of them are going to be not Yankees after the deadline.
I think it's a one.
There's a very real possibility that they're finally traded this season.
Maybe.
I think that possibility has been more real than ever, just because of how much you want to get better this season compared to the next. The AL is not going to be good this year. I think
there's four teams over five. There's 4 teams over 500 right now. Yankees, White Sox, Guards, and maybe Rangers. Oh, Rays. Yeah. Rangers are close, but somehow the Mariners are not even over 500, which is baffling to me.
The Mariners, I think they should take the cake on worst performed team this year, ahead of the Tigers, even though the Tigers have been 14 games below 500,
Yeah, it's the
the way
thing.
the
Like the
Mariners have
Mariners
played this
deserve it,
season,
though. Yeah, you're right. They're in that class. You're 100% correct.
they're
They're in
100% in that
they're
class.
in
I
a
thought,
very winnable division, and they're letting the Rangers hang around, and the Astros hang around, and even the A's to an extent hang around. Like the Mariners are up there for most disappointing teams at this point in the season. Yes,
I
I agree
mean,
with you.
J-Rod, obviously, there's always been a gimmick with him with how he performs in the first half of the year.
Yeah, I
But
know. It's an odd
738
situation.
OPS this season.
Yeah,
I
just like
thought
last year, he was terrible in the beginning too.
I thought Josh Naylor was going to be a legitimate, an underrated pickup in the offseason. He's been horrible.
Yeah.
Started the year horrible, and he's now been horrible. Worse.
Cal Raleigh's been an absolute train wreck. If you want to talk about their biggest issue, that's probably it. The big
Brendan
dumper's not too.
Donovan's been hurt for a while.
Donovan's been out for a minute. That's really hurt them. He was cooking when he was playing too. He was really looking like a good deal.
Yeah,
Cole Emerson's been solid though. That's a nice piece for them. And then Cole Young.
Emerson's been great.
Yeah.
Rob Refsminer's been a horrible platoon back.
Yeah, he's been god awful. Yeah.
Which is something that he's lived on. He's lived on left.
Yeah, I know. The Red Sox kind of gave him life again, but now he looks bad again. And then Luis Castillo looks washed, and they're doing this weird piggyback situation with Bryce Miller and all these starters, and Brian Wu still having a roller coaster year, and like Gilbert and Kirby haven't been quite as good as we would hope, probably. Their bullpen, Munoz is starting to figure it out. He wasn't good to start the year, but he looks closer to what we know now, which would help them.
Yeah.
But they've had a lot of issues.
You know what this season is reminding me of? This season is really reminding me of the 2024 Mariners, where their pitching was
amazing, and they
very,
couldn't hit to save their lives. Yep, I remember.
And they couldn't hit water if they fell out of
it. Looks the same way almost, except the pitching might not be as good to make things even worse now.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a lot worse than 2024.
Yeah, no, that is a good point by you. And the Yankees, like you said, the path is there for them to go to the World Series, so they have to have a very good deadline. That's how they fix what took place. Are you concerned with the defensive issues, or do you think that's all? We'll go after this. Are you concerned with the defensive issues, or do you think it's just because like there's so many guys hurt and playing out of position and stuff?
I think, how do I word this? I think we're a good defensive team, not a great one.
Okay, that's fair.
I think everyone being hurt and everyone playing different positions almost every day is not helping the fact that we don't have really good defensive players as our depth. I mean, Jason Dominguez looks completely lost in the outfield again.
Oh boy, Jason.
You can always rely on Cody Bellinger playing well on
wherever you put him. Yeah,
playing well. And Ryan McMahon being hurt has opened a door for Ahmed Rosario to get consistent play time, and it's consistent. It's a consistent okay bat, but it's a consistent horrible glove.
Yeah, his bat was key yesterday. He broke up the no-hitter, and then he had that play to break. But like the glove's been the problem. Oswaldo comes in, makes an error that's not characteristic of him, but not a good play yesterday. Yeah, I agree. There's some issues, and Jazz Chisholm has his head up as you know what, so he hasn't been playing the best defensive second base this year either. And first base has been iffy when Goldschmidt's not there. So yeah, I agree with you. They're a good, not great defensive team. When you have everyone healthy and formidable, you're good. So I'm going to tell you this. I think Jones might get dealt, but Dominguez might survive if I had to put a finger on it. But they could both go in theory, I guess. I don't really want to see both players go, but if you have to go make a deal and win it all and it gets you something big, then I guess you got to go do it. But the Yankees have really hurt Spencer Jones' trade value by this platoon situation they created for him.
Also, a thing that kind of caught me off guard today was the Yankees calling up back Jake Bird.
Yes, that's I wanted to hit on that. Thank you. I forgot about that. Thank you.
I think he only has one option left. I really think he's getting traded as well at the deadline.
Yeah, he could be moved. That's not impossible.
I don't think he's a part of their future plans. I don't think they like the way that he's performed
They
since being
shouldn't.
traded.
Wasn't too good. Unfortunately, he cut thrown here.
I mean, he got how many appearances was he? What did he have last year before he got phantom
Like 9,
sent back
maybe. Am I
sent back to the
underselling
minor
that? Like,
leagues?
I'll tell you in a second. He has a B WAR of 0. He has a 4.88 ERA. He literally does nothing. Every time he comes in and Harris runners, they always end up scoring. Like, it's just like nothing he does is good. Like, he has 27 Ks and 24 innings. Like I said with David Peters the other day. I mean, I guess that's good. Like, that's the only thing I can really say it's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
The stuff just doesn't look good. The locations look horrible
the
too.
location's horrific. Like, sometimes I feel like this stuff is there. Dude, he pitched 2 innings for the Yankees last year. 2. He played
Yeah.
3 games.
I
That's
mean,
how bad it was for when he came
and I
in.
remember one of them was like a walk-off grand slam to the
Oh, you better
Rangers.
believe it. Kyle Stowers grand slam, I think, wasn't it? Did he hit it off Bird or hit it off someone
No,
else? Remember the
it was to
Stowers
the
granny?
Rangers. It was to the Rangers,
Oh, okay.
right?
Stowers hit a grand slam off some bullpen arm, though. I don't know if it was
It
Bird or
was
not.
probably um
Was it Duval, maybe? I don't remember.
it might have been
Stowers definitely hit a
Doval.
grand slam against the Yankees last year, though, I promise you.
In that
And that crazy comeback where
in
they all
that
blew it,
fucking
and the
horrible game.
Caballero thing, and like
Oh, it
that.
was off Tim Hill. No, it was off Jake Bird. It was off Jake Bird.
See, I remember that
Yeah,
one. I can't forget it. Unfortunately.
but it was a walk-off 3-run home run by Josh Jung
Oh,
against the
okay.
Rangers last year
Okay,
as
I
well.
got you. All right, yeah. So he gave up both of those.
Yeah, I mean he was
Really,
horrible.
really just bad. Yeah.
And but I also think they could use his last option and then just trade him.
Yeah.
I
Do
think
you
a
think
guy's
there's
like,
time to trade him? Like, do you think they'll do it soon? Like, if a team's looking that
no,
they can fix him, you think they're gonna run it down in July?
someone I would love to get back is Luke Weaver. We're missing Luke Weaver right now a lot. I think
Yeah, I don't
I
know if
think the
they'll pay
Yankees
the
could get
price
active.
tag.
I
The
think the
Yankees.
Yankees could get active on that Mets bullpen. I mean,
Yes,
the Mets are wasting such a
this
good
is a good
bullpen this year.
conversation to have. I don't know if it's going to be Luke Weaver, but Brazoban or AJ Minter make a lot of sense. Minter's a free agent. He's
Yeah,
been well. Maybe Brooks Raley. I know he hasn't
Brooks
been as
Raley.
good, but I'll
Yeah,
still take a shot at him. There's 4 bullpen arms if you want to count Luke Weaver as an option for the
yeah.
Yankees. I just don't know if the Yankees are going to want to pay him because they didn't want to pay him in the offseason. Like, do they think he's fully back and they're willing to pay now? Like,
He's
that's the
fully
question I
back.
would have. Well, he is definitely fully back. I'm not going to dispute that. He's
Let's
been
look at
cooking.
let's
Doesn't
look
he
at the
have like
squad.
20 straight scoreless innings or something? Like he has a
Yeah,
high streak scoreless
He's had
innings.
like 24 straight scoreless
This looks
innings, I
like
think.
pre-injury Luke Weaver last year, basically, is what we're seeing now.
Yeah, and it's exactly what we're seeing right now.
He's been
I
good,
mean, Luke
yeah. I'm not
Weaver.
gonna lie.
I remember this extremely well because Luke Weaver was one of my favorite Yankees. He was rushed back a lot from his injury.
He was
He
rushed
came
back for
back
sure, Zess.
he came back like 2 weeks early or something, and then he immediately gave up a home run to Baltimore. I remember this in his
Yep.
first appearance back. He gave up a home run to Baltimore, and he was never the same after that.
He was unplayable at the point that you didn't want to pitch him in the playoffs. The Blue Jays, for some reason, I don't know if we had this discussion yet, because like I don't know if we had started this or when we did this, but like, did we ever speak about the fact that they let Luke Weaver pitch the 1-run game when he was the worst pitcher on the roster in the playoffs? Like, what the hell was that about?
His first 2 playoff appearances,
Oh God.
0 innings pitched, 5 earned runs.
Last year, yes, he was a
Yeah.
train wreck. And 24, he
0
was
innings
good in
pitched.
October, from what I
0
remember.
innings pitched, 5 earned. He didn't get a single out.
He was cooked last year, unfortunately.
I remember that first appearance.
As soon
very
as he
well because
came
was
in,
at
I
that
knew
game.
it. As soon as he came in, I knew it was over. I was like,
I was
"This
at
is
that
not the
game.
right decision."
I was at that game, and I turned to my dad as soon as we went to the bullpen, and I said, I do not like this move, because Max Fried was absolutely shoving against the Boston Red Sox in Game 1 of the Wild Card.
Oh, you're talking about the wild card. That's right. Weaver messed up the wild card too. I was just thinking about he got lit up like a Christmas tree in Toronto, which was even worse. I think
Oh,
that was a disaster. That was like one of the worst things I've ever seen. Oh God.
yeah, but yeah, I was at that game at First Boston, and I turned to my dad immediately when we went to the bullpen, and I said, I do not like that move. Max Fried was absolutely shoving in that game, and
Yeah,
it's
oh,
a
I said the same thing. I wasn't watching it, but I was like complaining about it. So I was like, "Oh, you didn't watch the game?" I'm like, "I saw the pitch count. Like, why did they take him out?" I was like, "Yeah, I didn't
yeah.
watch the game. You called me. I was in Cleveland, but, um, but yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Final thing, prediction for the series: do the Yankees win the series against the Tigers and straighten up?
I think the Yankees win the series. I think Ryan Weathers is as close as he was back to his couple first starts of the season. I think he's very close to that. I think he had a very couple very bad games, an extremely horrible home run problem. I think Cam Schulter has the ability and will outpitch Tarik Skubal. Obviously, that game's hit or miss because both of them are just elite in every single category, and I think Will Warren will
Yeah,
do good against the Tigers because the Tigers aren't good. I gotta
yeah.
go
All
eat
right,
dinner,
Jared. Thank
but
you. I think the Yankees take 2 out of 3, and they might lose the School Bowl game even with Cam pitching because Tarek
yeah,
was kind of warming up last time. He just there was a few pitches he wanted back, and if he didn't make those mistakes, he would have really dominated. But he
hey,
did.
maybe Goldie is gonna still own him. We'll
Yeah, we'll
see.
have to see. Can Goldie get another bomb off Tarek? So I have a very busy week. I'm covering both games starting tomorrow. So we'll try to reconvene on the weekends or like early next week, probably, with terms of this podcast.
Yeah, and text me about Michael K.
Yes, we'll talk about that on Thursday. I got to see what that looks like. I'll definitely do that. May or may not be down there. So, Jared, thanks, bro. I guess I could just
Yeah.
go too because the game's starting. I gotta eat dinner, so I might as well just go.
All
But
right.
thanks to everyone that popped in, Steve, Sandy, and everyone else that's been watching on all the platforms. I appreciate all of you,
So
and looking forward to seeing what happens if the Yankees can get first place back. All right, that'll just about do it. That will do it. You can follow the handles here on my Twitter, Instagram. Sub to us on YouTube. It's a JG show. It's Julian Gallardi. And then I think I have the final. Yes, this is our final one. IG and TikTok. We've been very active on here, doing a lot of new stuff, clips from around the league. Follow us in the JG Show Pod. I also made a Twitter, but it's not going to be a serious thing. I'm just using it to try to extend some video content. But I did follow you on it. But we're not gonna. I'm not gonna use it that much. It's kind of just like to help enhance. I'll tell you later. I tried to experiment with something. It didn't exactly work, unfortunately. And there's Jared's IG. So
yeah. All
that's
right.
Twitter.
Well.